I rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal. For how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My fam's on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mother told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make a bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the resolve. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
Life and for those who we caught up in using what I was scarred with the muse. I guess they call it proving I'm more than an artist. Penciling out my darkest while sizzling out a harvest. And storing what gets me from A to B, just like garages. Instrumental with collages. Envision what I've been drawing. Broadway to give you rhythm like the great Lena Horne. So bent on, found comfort in the storm. Find peace and on when you see them others perform. Organized chaos, outcasting like hey ya.
You party people in the place to be. What's good? It's your number one chief rockin' Knicks Universe, your main man, Uncle Freezy. What's good, everybody? Y'all want this party started right? Y'all want this party started quickly, right? Yo. Salute to everybody. Good morning, good mornings. Andy Yost is in the building. Salute to all my people at the JOB doing a thing, grinding away. Salute to all of y'all, man. Salute to all my people out on the open road, just riding. Yo, got your main man, Uncle Freezy, bumping through the speaker, the intro getting you a little bit hyped, so that because you know it's about that time to talk about the Knicks talk in the way that we love to have that Knicks talk to us. Salute to all of y'all. Salute to all of y'all, man. Salute to everybody on X, on YouTube, on Twitch. Everybody rocking and rolling with us, man. I appreciate you. I'm gonna try to have a legit. I'm gonna try to have a thorough show the day before the draft. Talk about a number of things, right? The main things I want to do. And the things I try to stay away from is clickbait. But I feel as if can you just easy. Hey, that's Miss Mocha. Oh, say hello to Miss Mocha, everybody. Salute to Miss Mocha in the building. And salute to Miss Mocha in the building. I'm gonna do the air horn for Miss Mocha. I think this is the first time I ever did it. So where's the air horn at? Okay. All right. Salute. Cowboy Bob in the building. LI1 in the building. Everybody listen. So I generally try to stay away from the clickbait stuff. All of that, man. I try to stick to like the real life basketball stuff and how it applies to the Knicks. I understand a lot of times where there's smoke, there tends to be fire. But I'm not really up for all the smoke all the time, right? I just like the basketball aspect of stuff. You feel me? I like talking. And basketball is my favorite sport. I like the way they dribble up and down the court. Just like I'm the king of the microphone, so is Dr. J and Moses Malone. Yeah. So I'm gonna speak to some of the rumors that's out here. Just address them, all that stuff. and apply and talk about how they apply to the Knicks. Right? How things apply to the Knicks. That's the main thing I want to talk about. The first thing I want to talk about with everybody, and I should probably wait until some of our people get here. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna wait till some of our people get here. But I'm gonna shout y'all out, man. Wacko is in the building. Cowboy Bob is in the building. Probably got like a phone book full of notes. LI1 is in the building. Says OG is a bum. At 8 going on 9 seasons injured, 3 of them. And he wants a max. Right. All right. I hear you. I hear you. Andios is in the building. Bricks Kicks for Life is in the building. Salute to all the members of the channel. Marlon Khan is in the building. Salute. Salute. Marlon says Mitch has to go. He is a walking hospital. The mummy always wrapped up in bandages. Wow, the injuries thing is frustrating to y'all, huh? A Cranshaw says the Lakers are winning the title in 2025. Okay. Thank you for being here, though. Hey, man. Okay. It's early summer. It's early summer 2024. If that's what you believe, man. Bronze Kicks for Life and says Mitch and the 24th pick to Memphis for Luke Kennard and 9. Okay. Let's start the conversation. Since we are just getting started, I do want to address rumors and stuff that's out there, but let's do the thing that is most pressing to y'all right now, and then that way I think it sets the table. I think it sets the table for the conversation going forward. I think the injuries thing has frustrated Knicks fans. The injuries thing has frustrated Knicks fans. Right? No big deal. No big deal, because at least we know where we stand. Bricks Nation is in the building. When did the injuries thing become a thing for the Knicks, and why? Well, why is the injury thing so frustrating for Knicks fans? Is it that for 2 years in a row you saw the injury bug, or I'm sorry, 3 years in a row you saw the injury bug sap the Knicks of any playoff juice it had? And yes, 2022 was an injury prone season for the Knicks. Probably worse than this one. But since we were not championship contenders in 2022, it doesn't seem as if the injury bug sapped us in 2022, because that was the Kemba Walker year, the Derrick Rose ankle injury year, the Grimes injury year, the Quickly injury year, the Randall injury year, the RJ injury year, and COVID. 2022, at one point, we were playing Ryan Arcidiacono and Damian Dotson. Yes, that Damian Dotson. Jay Singh is in the building. Salute. That 2022 season, in my opinion, was, as a Knicks fan, the 2022 season was more frustrating than last season, because in 2021 we made the playoffs, and I was traveling to all these cities, meeting a lot of you guys buying me like a dude in Atlanta bought me like $30 worth of cheese sticks in the bar. I know I tell that story all the time, but yeah, I know I tell that story all the time, but legit, a fellow Knicks fan bought me $30 worth of mozzarella. Bro, what are we gonna do with $30 worth of mozzarella sticks? I got you. But yeah, so in 2021, it was like a celebration because we could get back out amongst each other, social distancing, hanging out, chilling, rooting for our guys. Our guys made the playoffs. we had potential. We thought if we had in 2021, after Julius Randle took a lottery team to the first round of the playoffs, we felt like all we needed, we felt like we were just one piece away. This is Knicks fans now. I don't know what the front office was thinking, but as Knicks fans, we felt like we were one piece away. And with that one piece away mindset, we actually added two pieces, Evan Fournier and Kemba Walker, and we realized we were more than one piece away. We missed the playoffs. The Kemba Walker thing was a disaster. Evan Fournier somehow found his way to Tom Thibodeau's doghouse. It was a bizarre series of events. The injury bug. And then we come off that season and we beat Cleveland in the first round, surpassing what we did 2 years prior. Play Miami and realize that Randall is hurt with the ankle. Mitch is hurt with the hip. Quickly is hurt. Quentin Grimes is random shoulder injury. Yeah, remember that? Remember Grimes just showed up hurt, right? Like you know, and I'm not knocking Grimes, but if you hurt, bro, you got to tell people you hurt so you can get treatment on it. You can't just show up to game day hurt. I think that was a young player misstep. When he did that. Like trying to be so tough. I can take it. Yeah, bro, even if you can take it, man, get treatment on it. Man. Let the staff make it easier for you. C-Mac in the building. We lose to Miami, and in a way, we felt like Miami was beatable. We feel like we let them escape because of injuries. And then we come into this season, and then the injury bug really socks it to us. And so for those that are frustrated with OG Anunoby, I understand the frustration with OG Anunoby and with the injuries. And I understand the frustration with Mitchell Robinson and the injuries. But let me just say this. I don't think OG Anunoby's injury is not the reason why you're frustrated. I think it's the accumulation of injuries over the course of 3 or 4 playoff years that have us frustrated, especially especially when we feel like the teams that won the championship were touchable. They were not untouchable. They were touchable. We felt like a lot of us feel as if this Boston Celtics team, which is an all-time great Celtics team, regardless how you feel about them, they are an all-time NBA team, all-time Celtics team. And I'm including the Russell Celtics, the Bird Celtics, the Pierce Celtics. This Celtics team is an all-time Celtics team. All-time. And we got to give them credit for that. Now, do we have to bow down to them? Do we have to kiss the ring? No. But should we be aware of how great they are? Absolutely. Don't be naive. This Celtics team is not a walk in the park. Now this Celtics team is a team that we may be able to tangle with if things go right. Hey, Donnie D says, all time, why? Because of their net rating plus minus and things of that sort, bro. They have all time NBA season numbers. They legit went 21-5 without Kristaps Porzingis. They went 10-1 without Kristaps Porzingis. I think they only lost 5 games out of a potential 36 without Kristaps Porzingis. And the math may be a little wrong one way to other. Maybe they're like 34-10, or I'm sorry, not 34-10, but maybe they're 34-7 or 36-6, something like that. Something like that. Something like that is their record without Porzingis. With Porzingis, they look untouchable to everyone except Knicks fans. And I think the reason why they look touchable to us is because we drafted Porzingis and was here for the Porzingis experiment for a number of years. But at the same time, that's not the main point. The main point is Knicks fans are frustrated by the injury bug, and not because OG Anunoby stayed hurt. I think it's because the Knicks know that the championship rocket is failing to launch because injuries are catching up to us. Sherwin is in the building. Sherwin says Boston has an all-star or borderline all-star at every position, at every starting position. I agree, Sherwin. I agree with you. I really like Derek White. Derek White is their 2024 Danny Ainge. Like, good enough to compete with superstars, but maybe not at that superstar level, but you probably can't win without them. Drew Holiday is their Dennis Johnson. Big physical point guard, known for defense in other places. When Dennis Johnson was with the Phoenix Suns, he was an elite defender. I don't know if any of y'all remember Dennis Johnson with the Phoenix Suns. This was before Kevin Johnson, before Dan Marley. This is the Eddie Johnson Phoenix Suns. Eddie Johnson, Dennis Johnson, Phoenix Suns. And Tatum and Brown speak for themselves. C-Max C-Max says Al Horford is the cornbread Maxwell. Yeah. Yeah. Not positionally, but purpose. Not positionally, but purpose. I could see that. The chemistry wise, like, yeah, he's that guy. Him. I see the guy's name in my ML Carr. Him, ML Carr, Gerald Henderson, Scott Seasting, Jim Paxson. Yeah, those guys. Bill Walton. Those guys. So if you're frustrated with the injury thing, I'm not going to tell you not to be. Right? I'm not going to tell you not to be frustrated with how you feel about these last 4 seasons of the Knicks. What I will say is I think there is a brighter day coming, but I think you have to approach it in a multi-tiered approach. LI1 says, who won the title? Who went home in the second round? Again, this compare Boston talk is crazy stupid. 3 finals in a row and 1-1. Knicks have done what in the last 3 seasons? Yeah, man. It's a connective tissue, is what I'm saying. I'm not comparing the Knicks roster to the Celtics roster, bro. That's not what I'm doing. If you're following, if you're hearing what I'm saying, I'm not comparing their roster to the Knicks roster. I'm actually doing exactly what you just did in this comment. 3 finals in a row, 1-1. The Knicks haven't done anything, right? Basically what I'm saying. Basically what I'm saying. I didn't say it in those strong of words, but yes. This is why a lot of us are frustrated. Because we feel as if the injury bug has robbed us of some of those things that maybe Boston has achieved, right? And for that reason, I think that's the reason why a lot of people, or maybe not a lot, I had engaged the whole Knicks universe. But there are some in the Knicks fan base that are frustrated with Mitchell Robinson because he can't stay healthy in the middle of our championship run. And they're frustrated with Julius Randle because he can't stay healthy in our championship run. And they're frustrated with OG Anunoby because he can't stay healthy in the middle of our championship run. And we know that championship runs are not guaranteed and they're not permanent. You get a short window and you have to take advantage of it. Just a 1-1 in the building. And no, I didn't forget about Bogey Boss. It's there are a bunch of people that were injured, bro. Let me ask this. Who's to blame for the injuries. Do injuries just occur, or for instance, is the injury bug an epidemic, or does something drive you to injuries? Boulevard 73 is in the building. Shout out to the greatest borough that God ever created, the Bronx, New York. Salute to the Bronx. All my people in the Bronx, all my family in the Bronx, I just found out a couple of weeks ago, they moving to Atlanta. All my cousins, man, they moving to Atlanta, man. They retiring and they getting out of the Bronx. Thought they loved the Bronx, man. Salute to Boulevard 73, straight out of the Bronx. Salute. Snipes is in the building. Snipe says, in terms of injury, you got to look at age, injury history, condition, and usage when talking about why guys get hurt. Right. Yeah, I right. That's something to consider. C-Mac says, your cousins are going to be Hawks fans now? Hell no. Bro, you ever met somebody from the Bronx? It's like meeting somebody from Brooklyn. Like when you meet somebody from the Bronx, the first thing they say is, man, I'm from the Bronx, New York. It's like when you meet somebody from Brooklyn, you can know them for 10 years and they'll still tell you they from Brooklyn. Like, bro, I know you from Brooklyn. I've been to your house. What do you mean? Why you keep telling me you from Brooklyn, bro? I know you from Brooklyn, bro. I know you from Brooklyn. You can know somebody 10 years. You can know somebody 10 years and they still remind you they from Brooklyn. It's hilarious, bro. It's hilarious. And one of my cousins, I ain't gonna say his name because everybody not comfortable putting their real names and stuff on the internet, right? But one of my cousins, I grew up with him. Used to go visit him during the summer. From Jersey City. He legit. He look, walk, talk, act like Tracy Morgan. Tracy Morgan is the only way to describe it. Except his waves, he got 360. Like he not doing those sideways waves, bro. He ain't doing that, bro. My cousin met us in Baltimore, and he wore a wave cap to the wake. I'm like, bro, you know you got a wave cap on at the wake, right? He like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? You get the wake. Yeah, bro, yeah, you the Bronx for real. You wear a wave cap to a wake? When you wear a wave cap to the wake, you from the Bronx. I'm sorry. Where's my guy? I thought I saw Hard Will in here. Yeah, there you go. Salute for the love of the game is in the building. Salute. 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 So now that I got my people in here, I want to talk just really quickly about some of the rumors that we've been hearing, and I want to kind of address them really quickly. JJ Redick got hired by the Lakers. So what? I don't care. I don't care about JJ Redick to the Lakers. I think that's a Lakers doing um um a Lakers thing. And I know JJ Redick is from Virginia, but he's actually from Brooklyn. Now, it's not where you from, is where you at. Right now, I guess he'll be in LA now, but JJ Redick put his roots down in Brooklyn, New York. So there's that one. All right, so there's the JJ Redick rumor, right? The next rumor. James Worthy throwing shade at Bronny and blaming Rob Pelinka and LeBron for destroying the Lakers. I don't care. It sounds like an old man. Sounds like an old man just want to get some stuff off his chest. Salute to James Worthy though. Klay Thompson and the Golden State Warriors going through a bitter breakup. DSJ is in the building. He says, I love it. A novice head coach with a high-profile franchise. Recipe for disaster. Trust, we've been through that. We went through this with Derek Fisher. We already know how this is going to end. So Klay Thompson and the Golden State Warriors are breaking up. And breaking up sometimes is hard to do. Klay is washed. But he still believes he still believes he can play. This is not going to end well for Klay. This is not going to end well for Klay because he's going to look like the one thing you don't want to look like in the media, everybody, you don't want to look like a bitter personality. That's one of the things I had to learn. You don't want to, and when you're in the public eye, you don't want to look like the bitter person. All the pent up anger and frustration and all that stuff. Even if you are, you don't want to give that perception. Even if you are hurt, you want to give the appearance that you're the bigger man. Just Knicks is in the building. Mel Best is in the building. Salute. Cowboy Bob asked a question. Cowboy Bob says, no. On the rumor front, though, on the clickbait stuff, Klay Thompson leaving the Warriors. Would you guys consider? Would you guys consider replacing Bogey with Klay Thompson? I'm not starting a rumor or anything. I just want to ask you guys a question in the middle of the conversation. Would you consider replacing Bogey with a slightly younger, better shooting option off the bench? In your mind right now, who's a better player, Klay Thompson or Bogey? Just a question. Like, not trying to drive a narrative. I'm not going to go all on Twitter. You know. Benny, what'd you say? You want Clay over Bogey? You want Clay over Bogey? Benny says he want Clay over Bogey. Um, um, I really don't have um I really don't care. I'll reserve it until I see it, if it happens. Clay Thompson over Bogey. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Is that something y'all interested in? All right. Real GM says the Celtics would have had Tyus Jones instead of Drew Holiday if the original Porzingis trade went through. Wow. Okay. I know Tyus Jones is a name that y'all like. I like him too. I like him too. And DSJ says they both washed and in the dryer, set to tumble dry low. Yeah. Yeah, set to tumble dry low, and that buzzer gonna be going off in like 40 minutes. Both of them. King Ribby in the building. King Ribby, I done called you like 4 times, bro. And you can't be in the shower every time I call you, bro. You about to make me come up to Brooklyn, bro. I'm gonna call you one more time, and if you don't answer, bro, I'm coming up to Brooklyn, bro. King Ribby, that's my guy, man. King Ribby is a saint, bro. King Ribby, that's our guy. That's our brother. That's our brother right there, man. King Ribby in the building. Yeah, man. King Ribby in the building. That's our guy. And stop acting like I can't call y'all from all these different numbers, bro. Y'all already know what the vibe is. I have to have different phones, man. Y'all know I'm in business and I gotta separate like these things. So stop getting weird. Like, yo, I saw a strange number on my phone. And I called the old number. Relax, bro. I'm growing. Ain't that what you want? Don't you want your man to grow and be successful? Ain't that what you want? Yo, he had a number and then he changed it. Yeah, of course, bro. We growing. That's success. That's what I'm saying. I wish success on y'all, man. Just be easy on me, man. We trying to take a step. Be patient with your man. Ribby says, "What we doing? I want to see something happen." Yeah. So here's one that I think is intriguing to most Knicks fans. Paul George's exit from the Clippers. Right, there's a growing feeling around the NBA that Paul George will pick up his $48.8 million option to force a trade. Danny Landis is in the building. Salute to Danny and Lucas. Lucas probably somewhere watching, getting his basketball skills up so that we can call his name on draft day. Salute to Lucas. Chef NYK says, I got 2 phones. Yeah, man, because sometimes you want to just turn your phone off, man, and just be like available to family and friends. Like legit, I have like multiple phones. The Knicks phone, bro, the Knicks phone, I have to keep by the charger. It never, ever stops buzzing. Is this for me? You put sugar in it? You dipped your finger in it? I want a hug. Can I have a hug? Yeah. Oh, you can only hug me off camera? My people said they can only hug me off camera. And yo, y'all see that right there, right here, right off camera? That's Benny. Benny, come here. Benny, come. You ain't seen Benny in a minute. Benny, come. Benny. Come. Oh, he don't want to cooperate. Okay. All right. Danny Landis says, for sure. Yeah, just real quick before we talk about the Paul George thing, right? Klay Thompson, bro, you don't want to be the bitter media, whatever. You don't want to be bitter or angry in front of the media because it's a toxic feeling. People don't want to be around that, right? If we understand that Klay Thompson is frustrated with the way things are ending in Golden State, and I'm not saying that he shouldn't, because for the most part, Klay Thompson, just like champions of the past, like Mike Tyson, like Muhammad Ali, Klay Thompson was robbed of his prime, right? You don't know, you legit as a fan, you don't know how great Klay Thompson would have been. You don't. Because right at the point where he was about to break out and become the man, he was robbed of his prime due to injury. Right? Right when that man was about to hit his apex, lower leg injuries robbed him. So is he bitter? Yes. Is he frustrated? Yes. Does he feel like he has a lot less left in the tank to prove? Yes. Does he? We don't know. Probably not. But Klay Thompson was robbed of his prime years as a champion, just like Muhammad Ali, just like Mike Tyson. So if Klay Thompson feels a certain type way, I don't blame him. But what I would say is when you come across as the bitter, selfish, angry personality player, whatever you want to call them in the media, it's a toxic feeling that people don't want to be around. If I'm Klay, I don't want to go the DeMarcus Cousins route because DeMarcus Cousins went through the same thing. DeMarcus Boogie wasn't a champion though. Boogie wasn't a champion, but right at the point where he was about to become a top 10 player in the NBA, injury robbed him. And he could never recapture that moment. So Boogie bounced around trying to play in the league, all this stuff, came across as the angry, bitter personality in the media type, athlete, whatever. Nobody want to be around that boogie. Even if you could play, even if you did have stuff left in the tank, nobody wanted to bring that around their team. I think what the Warriors should do, in my mind, what the Warriors should do is bring Clay back. Less money, more years. Because he was going to be around the organization anyway. Like, Clay, how much did you say you want? 40 mil a year for 3 years? No, we ain't giving you 120 million. Right? Now, what we could do is give you 4 years, 60. And 4 years is way too many years. But you get a guaranteed NBA paycheck for the next 4 years. You get to stay around the organization that drafted you and love you, right? You can transition into the sunset with Steph and Draymond like everybody wanted, right? On the Paul George thing, if Paul George opts into that 49 million, the Knicks are out, I think. If Paul George opts in to that $48.8 million thing, the only way the Knicks could trade for Paul George reasonably, and I mean reasonably trade for Paul George, is by giving up a starter. Should the Knicks give up a starter and a quality backup for Paul George? Ivory 10 is in the building. And I'm going to ask you guys, if Paul George opts into that 48.8 and tries to force a trade, would you consider trading a starter for Paul George? Would you consider giving up $48.8 million in salary for Paul George? Off the top of my mind, off the top of my head, that type trade would seem like it's Randall, Mitch, Deuce, and who else makes 3 million? Jericho Sims. Now, what a team looks like with Brunson, Paul George, OG Anunoby, and Isaiah Hartenstein, who knows? Who knows? Your starting lineup would probably be Brunson, Dante, George, Anunoby, Hartenstein, and then your bench would look like Josh Hart, Ronnie, Bobby, Ricky, and Mike. Now, if they could sign him in free agency, if they can manipulate the cap where they can sign Paul George in free agency, and mind you, I don't know how they would do that either, but clearly, where there's smoke, there's fire. Chef NYK on his third phone Chef NYK got like 4 phones, and he typed it as fast as he can go. Man, Paul George equals a chip. Stop playing. Stop playing yourself and do it. What we talking about, man? Go get Paul George. Go get Paul George, bro. Come on. Paul George will come here, fit right in, bro. You know Paul George is first generation. He got 2 first names as a name, Paul George. You know he first he fit right in. That man got 2 last names as a name, or 2 first names as a name. He first gen, you know he fit right in. Chef NYK says if we can draft Jalen Tyson and Holmes, game over, fatality. Finish him. Nah. We not on that good cushion alcohol. Nah. We not on that Gorilla Glue, bro. Nah, we ain't on no birthday cake. No, we're just talking about the rumor mill. We just talking about the clickbait stuff. All right, that's all. We just talking about it. It's out there. May as well be ahead of it. Right. Chris Finch signed a 4-year extension with the Timberwolves. Tarzan in the building. Chef NYK says the Clippers team was doomed from the beginning. Yeah. Depending on your stance. And Wacko has a trade proposal. He says Mitch Bogey McBride, OB exemption, $8 million, plus 2 first-round picks for Paul George. Ooh, well, does that work? I think that does work. That's $3 million, $13 million. That's $16 million. Bogey at $19 million. That's $35 million. And then the $8 million. That's $43 million. That gets you within $5 million of Paul George. Yo, Alawan says if PG told the cops his name, they would for trying to use two-person alias. Off rip. Off rip. Off rip, bro. Paul George. With a name like Paul George, you know he wear a soccer jersey in his off time. Yo, with a name like Paul George, you know that man has a green Jamaica soccer jersey and a hat he wear to the side like this. Yo. Yeah, man. Donkosaurus Rex is in the building. Salute. Yo, with a name like Paul George, you know that man has a yellow soccer jersey and a cap that he wear to the side like this. Like, Yeah, man. In terms of the rumor go, I do on the where there's smoke, there's fire train. I believe where there's smoke, there's fire when it comes to Paul George. Now, will anything come to fruition? We don't know. We don't know for sure, but Paul George to the Knicks every summer has to have some type of thing to it. Hey, Darkosaurus, I'm gonna save your comment, man. I'm gonna say, hey, I'm gonna save this comment later. So hang around so that we can talk about it. I'm not gonna talk about it right now, but give us about 20 minutes and we'll talk about this one. That's a little bit early. It's a little bit. I'm making my way through the clickbait first, and then we'll revisit this if we have time. Sherwin says Ryan Dunn is a 6'6" Jared Jeffries. Sherwin, I'm gonna save that comment too. So when we get later on, we'll get to those later on. I'm gonna scroll through the clickbait, and then I want to talk about the draft and what might be in store. LeBron James, no, the LeBron James thing is done. The Tatum billboard, the Jordan Brand Tatum billboard. I really don't care. I really don't care and it being right outside MSG don't bother me in a sense because it doesn't bother me in a sense because where are you going to put what type of billboard are you going to put up in Boston? That makes me proud. Y'all put up a billboard in the city. Y'all put up a billboard in the city. That make me proud. Right? That means you couldn't have for you, yo, putting up a billboard in Boston mean nothing. He from St. Louis. Put up that billboard in St. Louis. It don't mean nothing. You put it up in New York because it means something. And we proud of that. And mind you, I wasn't even born in the border of New York. I'm from Jersey City. Like 18 minutes from Manhattan. Yo, I'm a long walk from the Heights. Right? It don't make me no, Am I proud of New York sports? Absolutely. Am I proud of New York City? Absolutely. Do I connect with New York City? Absolutely. Legit closer to New York City than a lot of people that's born in New York, period. So when they put up a billboard, Jason Tatum, Jordan Brand billboard, oh, look at the next great thing. Hey, salute to Tatum. Congratulations for winning your chip. But how would that billboard have looked in Boston, Massachusetts? Just asking. I'm not hating. I'm just asking. Daniel Berry Sports Highlights is in the building. So the Jordan Brand thing, it don't bother me. Chris Finch getting an extension, okay, whatever. Zion Williamson growing a beard. I don't care. Here's one that I think is interesting on a very low key. Here's one I find interesting. You may not. Here's one you may find interesting. I mean, I find interesting. You may not. De'Aaron Fox is not signing his extension. I find that to be interesting. De'Aaron Fox is like, nah, hold on. Before I sign here for the rest of my life, I want to see what y'all doing. Is De'Aaron Fox the low-key superstar the Knicks have been targeting? Is there some type of connection between the Knicks front office and De'Aaron Fox? Is there a thread? Like, did somebody go to school together? Does somebody know somebody? Right? Is there some type of connection between De'Aaron Fox and the Knicks front office? Maybe Worldwide West, maybe Gerson Rosas, maybe Tom Thibodeau, maybe Leon Rose. Is there some type of connection between you know Yep, otherwise it says don't stop disbelieving. I thought if they were showing him love, it would say don't stop believing. Am I making sense? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, boss. It's something to consider though, right? Is it not something to consider? I say hey, consider it. Let's yeah, yeah. Let's look at the other clickbait. The De'Aaron Fox thing, I'm gonna put a pin in that because I think something is there. Here's something that I think is the most intriguing move that we've seen, and it's gonna put us, and then when I say us, I'm talking about the Knicks fan base and spin cycle. Scotty Barnes just got $275 million. Scotty Barnes legit just got 5 years, 275. That man is gonna make $55 million a year. And we're asking OG Anunoby to take 30. Scotty Barnes is gonna make 55 million a year, and we're gonna ask Jalen Brunson to take 39. Bruh. I don't know what to say after that. I know y'all thought I had something to say after that, right? I have nothing. I'm like Whitney Houston on that. I have nothing. Scotty Barnes is gonna make $55 million a year. And we want OG to take 4 for 120 with injury incentives. Like if you don't stay healthy, you'll make 26. I don't. What you want me to say after that? Chop low in the building. Kerry Cox is in the building. Salute. The son of the legend is in the building. I don't know what to say after that, y'all. I'm not gonna lie to you. Yeah, I was hoping y'all had something. Y'all got anything on that? Y'all let me know. I don't know what to say to. I'm legit speechless, y'all. I just want to read y'all comments and have y'all help me through it. Scotty Barnes is gonna make double what Jalen Brunson makes. And we think Jalen Brunson and OG Anunoby and Julius Randle are gonna give the Knicks a hometown discount. Nixon 26 says, bro, absolutely. 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 It's not even a question. Absolutely. The Kings were close in a Caruso trade. Reggie Jackson returning to the Nuggets. Here's one. This will be my final one because I want to get into another element. I want to talk about some stuff that makes sense. And again, I'm not hating on the media. I do feel like at times we are so thirsty for anything that we'll listen to anything. Yep. Alawaz says, my question is why Masai paying Barnes all that money instead of paying OG or Siakam potential. That's why I'm watching the OG situation closely. Toronto know things about OG and Siakam. We don't. Mm. Or Or Toronto could just be a poorly run organization. Or Masai Ujiri legit could have been Janet Jackson, but more like Freddie Jackson. Masai Ujiri legit could be the team president that we thought was Janet Jackson. Turns out he's Freddie Jackson. And before everybody say, oh, he won a championship. Yes, he also traded DeMar DeRozan. He also traded Carmelo Anthony. He also traded he also let Kawhi Leonard walk. They also drafted Andrea Bargnani. They also drafted 3 dudes that played the same position and basically got nothing in return. Here's one of the things that I wanted to talk to y'all about. A thing to keep an eye on. I actually have two things, and then I'm going to go to y'all comments, right? Names being floated around the NBA as tradable chips are going to be traded cheaply. Zach LaVine is going to be a very cheap trade chip. Zach LaVine is not going to be traded for 4 first-round picks, a young player, and a veteran. Brandon Ingram, looking for 5 years, was it 4 years, 208? Nah, ain't nobody getting. Nah, I can't see a franchise trading for a 27-year-old that does not feel like a winner. Chop Low says, did Chop Low? Or did he say, did Freezy freeze? Did Chop or Freezy freeze? Chop, I told you, bro, you can't be buying them cricket phones out the bodega, bro. Chop, you can't be buying them cricket phones out the bodega, bro. I know. Hey, man, you can't be buying them burner phones, bro. Yo, that's hilarious. Boulevard 73 says, is JJ Rhetoric from hell no. Hey, salute to Boulevard 73, man. I forgot to read that one. Thank you though, bro. Chop, you can't be buying those phones that they be using on the blacklist, bro. What's the dude? Hey, Miss Mocha, what's the dude's name? Red Reddington? Is that his name? From the blacklist? Red Reddington. Yo, Chop Low, you can't be using those Red Reddington phones, bro. Salute to Chop Low, my brother. My brother. Much love. Wacko says the 76ers are just waiting for the Knicks to drop the ball on OG. 5-year max on the table for OG. Bim. And they got, everybody's not buying into this. Everybody's not buying into this. I'm going to take $150 million haircut so that you could get me $2 million worth of endorsements on the side. Ain't nobody buying into that, bro. Pay me. Why I got to get a side job? Why do I have to get a side hustle when the team can just pay me? I understand we're operating under certain financial constraints and it makes it harder for the team to win and blah, blah. That's y'all problem. Y'all not giving, and this is not just not just the Knicks, right? This is every organization, right? This is every organization. Do you see the team president giving money back? If the coach has a losing season, does he give money back? So why do the players have to take a haircut or a financial saving to help the organization when if the coach have a losing season, he don't give his money back? So real quick, the 4 or 5 names I want to mention that are going to be traded, and they're going to be traded for cheap, and you're going to be like, damn, he went for that? We could have got 2 of them. Brandon Ingram. Nobody's giving up 4 first-round picks for Brandon Ingram. I'm sorry. He's about to get paid. Even though he can play the 2 and the 3, even though he's a playmaking offensive wing, he doesn't necessarily play through injury. The perception of him is that he's temperamental. The perception of him at times is that he don't care. Even though we know he does care. And even though we know he does play hurt at times, the perception is that he doesn't. Chef NYK is on fire with them 4 phones. Chef NYK got like 4 phones. He's like, yo, OG got that Dunkin' commercial on deck, yo. The OG Dunkin' commercial soon come. And he says, I hate the Sixers. You right, Wacko. They're going to give that man like 50 per. Yep. But why does OG Anunoby have to go film the Dunkin' commercial and then go to practice? Time to make the donuts. Why? When the Knicks can just pay him. And I understand organizations are under financial risk, not just the Knicks, everybody. I'm not saying this is a Knicks issue. I'm saying this is a league-wide mandated way of following rules and structure to protect owners from owners, right? This is basically we have a salary cap to protect the Pelicans from the Knicks. But Zach LaVine is not going to go for what people think Zach LaVine is going to go for. Brandon Ingram is not going to be traded for what people think he is going to be. Lauri Markkanen is not going to be traded for what people think he's going to be traded for. No, he's not. Lauri Markkanen is going to probably be moved for a young player and a bunch of picks. Or an expiring contract and a bunch of picks. I could see the Knicks getting Larry Markkinen from Utah for Bojan's contract and 3 first-round picks. Done. Get it done. Easy. Easy peasy. Championship soon come. The floor spacing to be crazy. Can you imagine the Brunson burner with no weak side defender coming? Brunson can legit just cook somebody on an island for like 48 minutes. Salmon. Brunson out there cooking salmon and steak for 48 minutes. No defense coming. Benny. Outside? Oh, boy. Yeah. Zach LaVine is not going to go for a haul. Darius Garland is not going to go for a haul. Jeremy Grant is not going to go for a haul. Kyle Kuzma is not going to go to a team for a haul. Mitchell Robinson is not going to go to a team for a haul, and I'd rather keep Mitch. If we're keeping Hartenstein, keep Mitch. That's if we're keeping Hartenstein, keep Mitch. I don't really value the center position like that, but if the Knicks value the center position like that, just keep them together. I think Hartenstein and Mitch are a package. It'll be Captain and Tennille. Love will keep them together. It's Captain and Tennille, in my opinion, for those that remember Captain and Tennille. And so, real quick, before I get into the draft, right? And before I answer the questions that y'all put out in the draft, and thank y'all for staying and watching and challenging us, because the conversation is fire. I ain't gonna lie to you. I appreciate the conversation, everybody. I appreciate y'all hanging out with us. Salute to everybody. So I'm gonna get away from the clickbait stuff just for a while. Maybe we'll get back to the clickbait stuff later on in the week, maybe after the draft. But what I want to show you, I want to put something on the screen. Let me add a tab. I'm going to rename this tab. Roster building. Right? And in these green boxes, I'm going to put rotation. In these yellow boxes, I'm going to put situational. And in these red boxes, I am going to put developmental. And I know y'all don't like me even talking about using the developmental, but I'm going to ask for your patience as I explain why it's important. So let me find box color. I want a dark green first. Dang. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7, 8, 9. Perfect. Situational. Situations. So y'all bear with me. I didn't have this prepared because I didn't know if we would have time enough to get to it. So if y'all can just bear with me momentarily while I fix some stuff. You know, we ain't start no trouble. We just having some fun. Oh, I did the wrong color for that. Let me go back here and do that in red. And then that there. Put situational in yellow. And development, that's too red. It's not gonna pop on screen. So I'm gonna do like some kind of off red. Let me find a slightly. I like the color red, but I think this is too red. Okay. All right. And then here, developmental, we'll do it in that type of red. So it'll pop on the screen. Yo, Andre Bryant is in the building. Hey, y'all, just bear with me, y'all. I got a thing. I want to, I know you guys watch a lot of Knicks content. And so what I want to do is share my thoughts on the process of roster building. And it's not going to take all night, right? It's not going to take all day, right? Brunson, piece number 1. Piece number 2 is Randall. Piece number 3 is OG. Piece number 4 is Hart. Josh Hart name just bust out mad big for some reason. Okay. Okay, there we go. Piece number 5 is Hartenstein. Piece number 5 is Dante. And then we'll leave these last 3 right here. Situational is going to be guys like Precious. Oh, let me add Deuce over here, y'all. Let me add Deuce. Let me not be disrespectful. So let me add Deuce over there. And situational is going to be Deuce, Sims, and whoever else we bring in. So that's 7 guys right here. Developmental is going to be drafted rookie, undrafted free agent rookie, and bench cast off guy from another team that has potential. Right? Can y'all see that? Can y'all see that? So here's the thing with that, right? Y'all see how this? So there's a 7-man rotation in place already, right? A 7. Oh, let me add Mitch because Mitch ain't going nowhere. Mitch is not gone yet. Let's not throw Mitch away, right? So you have an 8-man rotation, right? Right now. right? Of guys that we're comfortable with. Guys that we're comfortable with, right? We don't know if Bogey's still here too. We don't know if Bogey's not gone, right? So let's do that. This is Tom Thibodeau's 9-man rotation, everybody. So this is Tibbs' 9-man rotation, right? The starters. So you have the starters, Brunson, Dante, OG, Randall, Hartenstein, and off your bench, you have Boyan, Mitch, Deuce, and Josh. Situational is Precious and Sims. And developmental is drafted rookie, undrafted rookie, bench cast off young player, right? The reason why this is important is because that green column can't grow like you want it to grow because of salary cap implications. Right? Salary cap implications. You can't field a team of Jordan, LeBron, Magic, Shaq, Tim Duncan with Larry Bird and Allen Iverson coming off the bench. The salary cap prevents you from doing that, right? That's why it's important to not focus on the situational column and focus on the red column. Because at some point, after you get locked in with all of your salaries, you won't be able to just add. For instance, once we sign OG Anunoby and Isaiah Hartenstein, you're not going to be able to trade for Karl Anthony Towns. Even if you trade Randall and other guys to match the salary, right? The green column will shrink and the situational column will grow. Right? Even if in some twist of fate, you're able to pull off a Anthony Davis trade. Right? In an Anthony Davis trade, you know you're giving up Randall. Right? You know you're giving up Mitch. Right? That's $42 million. You know you're giving up Bogey. That's 3 players out of the green column to add 1 player to the green column. Now, what are you going to do with how are you going to fill out the rest of your roster? Well, you're going to fill out the rest of your roster with situational players. The Knicks have chosen strength in numbers. That's their approach. They don't want to pay one guy all the money. That's why you hear these weird conversations like, oh, the Knicks and OG Anunoby may be far apart. They're gonna ask Jalen Brunson to take such and such million instead of giving him the max when they know he's a max player. Right? That's why the conversation is around, yo, what are we gonna do with Randall when Randall asked for his extension? That's why the conversation sounds like that, right? The conversation sounds like that. The conversation sounds like that because the Knicks are monitoring the money, basically. The Knicks don't want to put all their salary eggs in one salary basket. And if that's the case, then the Knicks already feel like their core is locked in. They feel like their core is locked in. Dante, Brunson, Josh Hart, Julius Randle, Hartenstein, Mitch, Deuce. All those guys are locked in, right? So they're not going to be able to make a significant trade, or they're not going to be able to make a significant trade or free agent acquisition the traditional way, because the salary cap is incentivizing teams to develop through the draft. They're like, listen, go ahead and get to these aprons and all that stuff. Y'all put winning over everything, blah, blah, blah. Y'all putting salary over everything. But we are incentivizing teams to build their teams through the draft. And if you're the Knicks, with the Knicks forward thinking, they're playing right into the future. See, because all the apron teams they're no longer gonna just be able to go find a Mitch Richmond to chase a ring. They're no longer able to find a Charles Barkley off of a bad team to chase a ring. What they'll have to do is build through the draft. Well, guess who has a ton of draft picks? Yours truly, the Knicks. So the Knicks are going to have to do the delicate dance of locking in a core. You see it in green. And those names may change. Those names may change by the end of the week. But that column that you see is going to be locked in. This is what they're doing. They'll probably add one or two players to the yellow column, situational. Shake Milton, maybe Alec Burks. But in order to prevent themselves from being that team that needs to trade for draft picks in order to backfill the roster, they have to draft multiple rookies and develop them. And Building Block says, but are those draft picks valuable? Bro, these draft picks right now are Bitcoin in the age of the dollar, right? People are not going to understand. You guys are not going to understand the value of these draft picks today, because these draft picks have future untapped and untouchable value. Give an example. The Phoenix Suns may not win the championship, right? The Phoenix Suns may not win the championship next year, but they will have to add pieces. But how? How are they going to add pieces when they traded away most of their draft picks to get the guys that can't get over the hump? They traded away most of their assets to get Kevin Durant. They traded away most of their assets to get Bradley Beal. But if they can't get over the hump with their franchise player, a third option with a no trade clause, and an all-time great that feels like he's in his final destination, how can you improve the roster? By bringing in rookies. Well, are you going to bring in undrafted free agent rookies and have them in those positions of need? No, they'll have to figure out a way to trade for draft picks high in the draft, groom the rookie, put him on a crash course so that he can contribute. So what does that mean? That means if Phoenix wants to draft a guy in the 2025 draft and they don't have a pick, they have to trade the 26, 28, and 30 for a pick in 2025. Well, guess who has an abundance of picks in 2025? The Knicks. And I understand like part of the short-sightedness with Knicks fans. We feel like we're in that championship window. But the thing about being in the championship window is you don't know how long the championship window is gonna last. You know, we want it to be like that Keith Sweat song. DSJ, what's that Keith Sweat song where he's singing about the party lasting all night or whatever it is? Miss Mocha. What's that Keith Sweat song where he talking about he want the party to go on and on? The song with the girl. Oh yeah. That's it. Yeah, make it last forever. Yeah, make it last forever. Knicks fans want, you don't know how long it's going to last, but most NBA franchises want to make it last forever, but we don't know how long it's going to last. So the Knicks have to draft rookies to develop because they're committing them. Because if you commit the money to Brunson, Randall, OG, Hart, Dante, if you commit the money to these guys, you're not going to have money in the future once you start touching these aprons, and championship teams are going to touch the apron. So whatever you could say, whatever you want to say, you don't want to be in the first and second apron and you want to be a championship team, show us how to do it and then we'll do it. But teams that win championships do that. You got to pay to play is how it works. Dorkosaurus Rex says, make it last forever. So the Knicks have to draft rookies right now, develop them at the back end of their roster, and hope they go from developmental to situational. Right? Hope they go from the red column to the yellow column in a year or two, maybe 3, depending on who you draft. The salary cap, the CBA, is incentivizing teams to build organically as opposed to plucking other teams' free agents all the time. The new CBA is incentivizing teams to grow organically as opposed to making blockbuster trades or signing away somebody's free agent. Grow your own food, stock your own cupboard. That's what the CBA is doing. That's why all these things are in place. These devices are not in place to stop people from spending, which that's what it seems like. That's what it seems like. Like, y'all spending too much money. No. Teams are not spending too much money. If there's money out there to spend, teams should spend it. Right? Improve your product. Right? But what it's doing is it's incentivizing teams to not just skip steps. Oh, we won 41 games last year. I'm going to trade for Donovan Mitchell and he's going to win us a championship. That's what the CBA is in place for, to prevent stuff like that. You're the Orlando Magic and your team can't shoot, right? Your defense is great, but your team can't shoot. I'm going to trade for Jared Allen. What? That makes no sense. Defense was never your issue. Scoring is your issue. So instead of the CBA is incentivizing you to think forward about your assets, right? Because think about it. The Minnesota Timberwolves, in theory, reset the CBA. And how they did it was they traded a bunch of draft picks and young player for Rudy Gobert, and sure, it got them to a height they probably wouldn't have reached, but now they are locked in financially in a situation where they can't bring in anyone else. They have to offload salary in order to improve. And if you're an NBA team, why would I give up young players, draft picks, and veterans for Karl Anthony Towns? So that I could be in the same place as the Minnesota Timberwolves? No. Go into your draft. Draft these 19-year-olds out of college. Put them in the red column. Hope they move in a year or two into the situational yellow column. And then after that, hope they move into the green column where they would start replacing guys like Bogey, right? Bogey's not going to play forever, right? Hopefully they'll replace guys in the green column as guys in that green column either age out or underperform. Rob Stack says, Freezy is seriously like most knowledgeable and gifted next podcast. He's in a league. Hey, man, thank you, man. I didn't even know you were going to say that. I just saw your name, and I was like, man, I ain't clicked on him in a while. Man, I appreciate that. We trying, bro. And it's not me. I'm listening to what you guys are saying. I'm taking bits and pieces of what you guys are saying, plus doing my own studying and all of that stuff. And we're just putting the pieces to the puzzle together, right? Because if you're frustrated right now, it seems like the Knicks are kicking the can down the road, and maybe they are. And that frustrates me too, in a sense, right? But it's not frustrating me in a sense that kicking the can down the road means they don't have the move to make. They're kicking the can down the road because of the league and cap rules are forcing them to be a kicker of the can down the road for a different reason that they kicked the can down the road when they first got here. So kicking the can down the road in year 1 and 2 is not the same reason why you kick the can down the road in your 5th offseason and your 6th offseason. Now, mind you, championship is still the goal. But now the Knicks have to take the approach that teams that are in salary cap hell, like the Golden State Warriors, the Phoenix Suns, the Boston Celtics, the Minnesota Timberwolves, all those teams that traded away picks and all that stuff to lock in where they are, if they have a deficiency, the value of having first-round picks is going to skyrocket once we get onto salary cap island. Once we get onto salary cap island, where teams can't just go out and find a Andre Iguodala to come off the bench, and you have to groom a Andre Iguodala, now the value of these picks increase. So that's why for those that say that Ryan Dunn's jump shot looks like Mutombo, hey, get your chuckles and laugh. Ha, ha, ha. That was funny. Right? Ha, Ryan Dunn looks like Alfred Payton. Ha, ha, ha. We gonna laugh, right? It's funny. When y'all say it's funny, make me laugh. It make me laugh. I ain't gonna lie. I don't like it, but I mean, I have a sense of humor too, right? I get it. But at the same time, you're gonna need these Ryan Dunn, these 20-year-old type players to put in the red column so that one day they can get into the yellow column and eventually get into the green column. You're not drafting them on day one to go straight to the green column. You're just not. It doesn't make sense. Ralph Lewis, thank you for the generous contribution. He says, fantastic old school Knicks. Wish you guys did 4 hours. I was yelling at my phone at your Sade take. Unky bugging, but I feel you on not paying a center that ain't gonna shoot. Peace in the Middle East. Bro, hey, salute. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate the generous contribution, man. Hey, man, listen, I appreciate, and I saw your comments too, and I was trying to, man, it's just been busy. I saw your comment, man. I appreciate old school Knicks too, and Anthony D would probably appreciate that too. Dorkosaurus Rex says, do you think it's possible for someone like Dunn to develop offensively, though? Actually, absolutely. 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 Right? And here's why. I think Tom Thibodeau is an excellent developer of talent. Right? I saw him develop Deuce McBride. When we first saw Deuce wasn't an NBA player, bro. Listen, Deuce McBride on draft night was not a quality NBA player. He wasn't. Did he have potential and work ethic? Yes. And that's why right now he's a quality NBA player. Right? Because he had potential and he had work ethic. And if you take guys that have potential and work ethic, you can turn them into quality NBA players. Right? They put Deuce in the red column. Remember, Deuce was in the red column when RJ and Quickly and Grimes were playing. Deuce wasn't playing. Let's not forget that when RJ Barrett and Emmanuel Quickly and Obi Toppin and Quentin Grimes were playing, Deuce McBride wasn't playing, y'all. But Deuce went from that red column to the situational yellow column. Now he's in the green column. These things take time. These things take time. It's the reason why, and I know a lot of us are not fans of Jericho Sims. I am. I think Jericho Sims is a jumbo wing like Precious Achua. Some play some 5, should play some 4, right? Be the middleman in a zone defense type of guy, long, athletic, bouncy. If you play zone, we don't play zone, right? We don't play zone, right? But Jericho Sims can be that guy, right? In the mold of a Trendon Watford, Precious Achua, Zeke Naji. I think Jericho Sims can be in that category. Is he a starting center? No, absolutely not. Under no circumstance. No. Not yet. Will he ever be? I don't know. But I like Jericho Sims. Right? I like Jericho Sims. But the draft pick thing, keep in mind, the Knicks have a core that they like. I'm going to put that back on the screen, everybody. What you see in green is what the Knicks like. What you see in green is what the Knicks like. The only way they'll change that is if they can get a player that can blow this green column away. Right? Keep all those guys and maybe add Paul George. Keep all those guys and maybe add Mikal Bridges. Right? Maybe add Mikal Bridges to that green column and go from there. Keep your yellow column the same. Keep your red column the same. You see the rotation right now, and I think we may be putting too much emphasis on what a rookie is going to do day one. Because what I'm saying to you is the 9-man rotation is set. It's set already. You know Tibbs is going to play Brunson, Dante, OG, Randall, Hartenstein, Hart, Deuce, Mitch, and Bojan if he's still here off the bench. You know that already. Whatever rookie you draft at 24, 25, and 38 is not going to knock OG Anunoby out of the starting rotation. You know that. I don't have to certain things I don't have to explain. Right? Certain things I don't have to explain. Whoever you draft at 24 is not going to knock Dante DiVincenzo out of the starting lineup. You know that already. We don't even have to discuss that. It ain't even a question. Andre Bryan says we need a 6'9" wing. Yeah. I can see that. I can see that. What I would say to you is understanding that the Knicks need a 6'9" wing player. The Knicks should draft that guy at 24, 25, or 38. Put him in the red column. Let him develop. Develop him in our culture, in our system, right? Don't do the quick fix, right? Don't do like we need a center. Go get Sheldon Williams. They call him the landlord. No. Don't do the quick fix. Don't just sign Ray Felton, right? Don't just go sign Ray Felton for the quick fix, right? Draft a guy, put him in the red column, and develop him. This is what the CBA is incentivizing you to do. Go get your guys and put them in the Tom Thibodeau postgraduate thing, right? Right? Do that, right? Put them in the red column, move them to the yellow column, and then one day they'll be in the green column. Yeah. Hey, Ray Felton is my guy, man. Yeah, Ray Felton is my guy. Me and him live in the same area. Yeah, Ray Felton is my guy. I'm not saying he was a bad player. What I'm saying is the strategy may have been flawed. Ray Felton is my guy, man. Love him and his pops. His pops is a legend around here. On that note, everybody, I'm gonna get out of here. We're gonna be rocking later. BG from Eat Sleep Sixers agreed to come on later on tonight. We're gonna talk draft, and I can't wait. Sherwin, your comment about Dunn and Dokasaurus, we'll get back to those comments later. Probably sometime this afternoon. But thank you, or sometime this evening. I'm sorry. But thank you, everybody, for watching. I'm out of here, y'all. Peace, everybody.